Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for yielding. And I would also like to thank him for this hearing and allowing us in the metropolitan Washington area to join. This is a vitally important issue to my district and to our entire region. And I appreciate our new director, our new manager, and I'd like to emphasize so everyone in the audience does understand that Mr. Wiedefeld is the new general manager of Metro. And we appreciate his work with us. I know when he first came and met with all of the Washington area of my colleagues, we all emphasize the cultural change, and I appreciate how much you are taking that to heart and really facing a lot of what you have called the hard truths of the system. We were together at an event yesterday in Loudoun County, and I want to say how much people did appreciate, again, you're talking about the many hard truths that we have on how we're going to have to deal with this in the long road ahead to regain that public trust, given we've had a drop-off in Metro ridership because of the lack of reliability and the increased concerns for safety. So I do appreciate the March report where you yourself have publicly called on Metro to accept these hard truths, and you noted that safety culture at Metro is not integrated with operations and is not well rooted at all levels. I know yesterday when you spoke, you talked about how you're already eliminating a lot of the silos because what was happening with all the direct reports to you, when something went wrong, everyone looked to somebody else. So you really did highlight some of those problems well, and acknowledged that Metro is actually at this time doing less with more, to quote your statement. And in nearly 10 years, there have been no significant reductions in workforce, resulting in redundant positions among back office staff that will be abolished through attrition where possible. I think it's important to note that you have identified sort of in the need to modernize this, that the back office staff that we might not need now needs to be reallocated. If we need to have management changes there or labor changes, as you noted, that we would probably need to change this. We can't have these redundant positions that are unneeded soaking up the resources that we need to put on the front line, and I particularly appreciate that you're putting more safety resources into all the stations and as you're going through this process. The organizational span of control we know is too wide, as you noted in your in the meeting we had yesterday, and it's not mission-focused. So I appreciate particularly what you've been highlighting on the customer focus of Metro and the need to have a much more customer-focused workforce and to have that be certainly a top priority. I was able to go up to the ROC recently, the Rail Operations Control Center, and I know one of the biggest concerns that I had when I read articles like the Washingtonian back in December, which we've discussed, was the training process. And I noted that in the recent audit that they also identified the training as a key problem area. So any way we can be helping you as you go through that process of how we're going to revitalize and change that training so that we have the best people available so we get the most value for the money and resources we're putting in here. So again, I thank the chairman for allowing us to join you here today. Thank the general manager for his work, and particularly in recruiting the new safety officer that I understand, I guess you just announced later, I guess it was a little while after we met yesterday, the New York City's Transit's Patrick Lavin to now be our new chief safety officer. And of course, never has there been a time when he is more needed. So I appreciate the opportunity to be with my colleagues today and look forward to discussing this more.
Thank the gentlelady from